Hello Muggies! It is time for the Holiday Palette Complete Haul and Review 2011. And every year I go and pick up all the palettes from the major companies and review them for you guys, let you know what I think, and then I'm going to pick my top one of the year that I really like. So let's get started because there's a lot of palettes, but I will say if you guys want to check out individual reviews that I tape for each palette, go to the Makeup Geek Extra channel. I'll link to that below because I don't have time in one video to give a really thorough review of each palette. I'm just going to kind of touch a few things here and there about it. So let's start with the first one, and this is the LORAC, let me make sure I say this right, the Bejeweled Day and Night palette. This one runs for $56. The average price for all these palettes are around $50, some less, some more. But this is $56, and what it includes, it's this, kind of tapestry box. You open it up, it has 2 lip glosses and a bronzer, and then you open up inside, and it has these 2 palettes. One's a day and one's a night palette, although for me, I thought it was more cool tone versus warm tone, but again, check out my full review of that. But let me show you the palettes. It's this kind of sleek case with the silver kind of glitter, but it's really smooth, so I really do like this little palette. It's really thin too, so you could carry it in your purse. But it has 16 colors per palette, and this is the nighttime one. And let me show you a few swatches from here. They are actually really pigmented. Nicole and I were playing with this earlier today. Actually, I was trying it out quite a while ago, but we were playing with it again today. The eyeshadows are really pigmented, so I would say it is a really good palette. The only thing I really don't like on this is the packaging. I think just the whole box in general, this tapestry just looks really tacky and gaudy to me, so I didn't like it that much, but I think the quality of the eyeshadows is actually really nice. So let me real quick show you the daytime palette. So this is the daytime. Again, 16 more eyeshadows, has a blush here on the side, and there's some really gorgeous colors, neutrals and colors as well, so I think it's a great palette. The bronzer inside up here, it's a really big bronzer. It'll be great for fair to medium skin. For dark skin, obviously it's going to be too light, so you can use it just to warm up the cheeks a bit, but the color is like a peachy kind of tan color, so it's not really a true bronzer. It's almost like a bronzy blush. I don't like the packaging of this itself too. It seems kind of cheap. Now the lip gloss is inside, there's 2, and there's a peach color and then there's a dark peach color there. So anyways, more review, I'll give more details on that later, but that's the first palette. The other one is from Tarte, and this is called the Starlet Makeup Vanity, and it's this really cool kind of mirrored box like this, and this one is $52. So I like this one a lot, the packaging a lot better. The only thing I don't like is that since it is mirrored, it can show fingerprints up on it. But I do like the idea that it's very sleek, very classy looking compared to the LORAC one. But here's the difference. I was really disappointed with the eyeshadows inside. I think they're not as good quality. If you open it up, there's 4 different sets here. They're trying to group them to create different looks, like a smoky eye, a plum eye, and they kind of grouped it like that. And then you open up the second drawer and there's 2 more sets of eyeshadows. I didn't like the quality of these as much. They just weren't that pigmented to me, and I was kind of disappointed because I really love Tarte's products, but I just didn't like the eyeshadows in this kit at all. The blushes, however, on the bottom, if you open the bottom drawer, it has basically 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a cheek highlighter. Now these are all gorgeous. They're all shimmery though, so I was kind of disappointed with that too because I love Tarte's blushes from their regular line. They're matte finish, but since these are all shimmery, I didn't like them as much, but let me swatch those for you guys. So they are gorgeous. They look great on every skin color. I just wish there was maybe one matte finish one. So anyways, there's the Tarte palette. The other one is the Smashbox. This is called the Click Your It, which I don't know, I thought that was, what is that? Click Your It. It's kind of a dumb logo, but anyways. It has a sleek packaging. It's a red box here, and this one is $49. And what this includes is, you open it up, and it includes, how many eyeshadows was in this one? This is 20, no, I'm sorry. 3 times 5 is 15. 15 eyeshadows up top. And then at the bottom are 5 cream shadows. And I was playing with these cream shadows and they're actually really nice. So there's a blue, a gold, a purple, black, and brown. So you can use them as gel liners or cream shadows, but they are really richly pigmented, so I liked that. I like the eyeshadows too. I think they're really good quality. As you can tell, there's a good variety of colors and they do show up pretty well. So I do like that a lot. They're good quality. I just think that the name of the palette and the packaging itself is kind of boring, especially when you see some of the other ones I have. The packaging is amazing. Oh, and it also includes a primer here. So that's the Smashbox one. The next one, totally different. This is from Too Faced. This is all about packaging, but this is the Too Faced Sweet Dreams palette. And this one here is $52. And what it includes, you open it up, and it has 15 eyeshadows inside. Now there's all sorts of colors for this one. The only thing I didn't like with this is I wish there was a couple more matte finish ones. They have these two here are matte, the highlighter and the brown. I wish there was like a dark brown or a black, so that way everything was in one palette to create a look. So I'd still have to pull out a few eyeshadows to mix with this to create a full-on look. But the quality of these are really nice too. They're very smooth, very pigmented, really nice colors. And then you open up the bottom drawer here, and it has 3 little cards with ideas for looks in there, which I don't use because personally I like videos better. I'm not biased or anything. But it has 2 blushes. Now these blushes I liked because there's one matte finish one here and a shimmery. And they're very smooth, very richly pigmented, so I did like that. This pink one's a little too bright. I mean, anyone can wear it, but you're going to have to go light-handed with it because it is such a bright pink and it's shimmery. And then the bronzer here is one of their best-selling ones. It's a chocolate colored one, and it'll look great on fair skin up to medium. If you're medium to dark, again, it's going to be kind of light. And then a cheek highlighter here is really pretty because it's kind of a champagne color with a little bit of gold to it. But again, I'll have swatches of all these palettes for you guys on the Makeup Geek site, so go there for that because it's hard for me to show on camera every single eyeshadow and blush. But anyways, that's the Too Faced palette, and I love the packaging on it. I think it's really, really cool for that. The next one is put out by Stila, and this is the Dream in Full Color palette. Now this one is a really cool idea because it has the flower, and inside the flower is all of the eyeshadows. And then around the edges is blushes that you can wear. So I thought that was kind of cool with the packaging idea. And I will say it seems really cheap to me. Like it's this plastic, it just seems very cheap. And I'm not gonna lie, on the inside, I tried to use it the other day. I couldn't even get my brush into some of these little spots because they're so small. So it's kind of impractical. I mean, the colors themselves are really pretty, and they are pigmented, so they aren't bad quality. It's just kind of a pain in the butt to get my brush in there to, you know, create a look. And since they are so mixed up in there, I have to search and be like, okay, what color am I going for? Just because it's kind of crazy design in there. Now the blushes on the outside, no bueno. Stila, I'm sorry, I do not like the blushes in this palette. They were so chalky to me. Like this one's okay, this top one. But there was a couple of them that really, to me, I don't know, maybe it was just me, they felt kind of chalky to me. Let me see, there's 7 blushes, 5 are matte finish, 2 are shimmery. I just don't think they show up as well as they could be. They just feel a little cheap. They don't feel very smooth and creamy to me. So I'm not sure what I think about this palette. Did I give you guys the price? It's $39. I don't know, I just don't think it's worth $39 because it just seems kind of cheap. But, I mean, the eyeshadows inside are good quality. So, I still love Stila, just didn't like this one as much. The next one, this is pricey, but it's a really good present for someone who's a makeup artist especially because it's hard to have blushes all in one spot. But this is the NARS All About Cheeks palette, and this is $65, so it is kind of pricey. But again, we're talking about NARS, the quality is amazing. But it has 4 blushes, bronzer, and then a cheek highlighter. And this is great for on the go if you want a blush palette, if you really love wearing different blushes. The colors in this is Casino Bronzer, the Hungry Heart is the highlighter, Orgasm, Super Orgasm, Sin, and Desire blushes. And they're really smooth, really creamy. They're just amazing blushes, best on the market. So it is worth the price. And I do love the fact that the packaging is very sleek. So for me, I'm going to take this for traveling all the time. I might actually sell off my blushes that are in here, the singles that I have, because for me it's just easier to have one sleek palette. So I wish NARS would come out with this sooner, because I think it's a good idea. So I do like this palette a lot. And then the last one I have is the Pixi palette. And this is a brand that you can find at Target. I picked it up there. And I was really impressed with this one. You open it up, hold on, if I can finagle it on camera. You have eyeshadows on each side, and then you open up the middle part here, and you have 8 blushes here in the center, and then I think is it 14 sets of blushes? Hold on, 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 lip glosses here on the side. Now, from first glance, this looks kind of like a cheap palette, but it's actually very sleek because when you fold it up, this actually travels really, really well. There's no overly funky packaging, but it still is kind of nice looking. It's not, you know, it doesn't look too cheap. But what I was going to say is the lip glosses inside here, normally when you get lip glosses in little pans like this, they're really not good. These actually are really nice. They aren't overly pigmented, but they definitely show some color. Let me do this red one because I wore this pink one the other day. You see how it actually has color to it? They're not that sticky either. They don't smell funky. So these actually are nice lip glosses. I was kind of surprised with that. And then the blushes are really nice too. There's 2 matte finish ones and then 6 are shimmery. And they come in all sorts of colors from peach to mauve, pink. They're really, really pretty. They're smooth. You know, they do have some shimmer to them. So if you don't like shimmer, wear these top 2, but they're really good quality. And then the eyeshadows are nice too. As you can see, there's several neutral colors. There's some colors over here. The only complaint I had that it didn't have enough colors, like there's no greens, there's not that many purples. But if you want something that has a lot of neutrals, this is really nice. And the quality on these are really, really nice. They're very smooth, very richly pigmented. So I was really surprised with this palette. And this runs for $40, so and you can get that at Target. So that is all of the palettes. I was going to say Urban Decay does have one out too. I'm not reviewing that because for me it was so similar to all the other Book of Shadows that they had. Even the color seems similar to me, so I didn't buy that one. But if you're interested, it is good quality. It's just if you have the other Book of Shadows, it's not worth getting that one. But it was $64, and I think it has like 16 eyeshadows, a primer, and an eyeliner, so you can check that out. But anyways, there is my palette haul and review, and let me give you my top one for the 2011 holiday palette, so drum roll please. My pick for this year is actually going to be the Pixi palette. I know this is kind of odd because I haven't really had much experience with Pixi, but all the other palettes I felt like the packaging was like way too much and the quality wasn't as good as it should have been. This one was sleek enough to me to where you could travel with it. The quality's great, and for $40, it's, you know, about $12, $15 less than all of the other palettes. I would say that the NARS one actually is a good pick too, but for $65, it's not really practical for the average person to get just because that's a lot of money just for some blushes. So I would say if you're going to get one palette this year to get the Pixi one, that would be my top pick. And again, you guys can get that at Target. I think Amazon has it as well, so check it out. Anyways, I hope that helps you guys in your Christmas shopping. So again, go to makeupgeek.com for all the swatches, pictures, and the Makeup Geek Extra channel. I have specific reviews for every single palette. They're more detailed and all that good stuff. So be happy and healthy this holiday season, you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.